today, let's talk about a brainstorming session, or maybe I should say brain dumping session. I want to tell you about what happened for me this week and how you can use the same process to help you figure out where to focus next, what to be doing, what to think about doing, and how to get back to sleep. Enjoy. Let's jump in.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
So one of the things I love about this podcast is that I can bring ideas to you as they come up for me, as they come up for my clients. So you're getting almost a real-time sessions about what's going on. So we're taking a bit of a sidebar this week to step away from the build, nurture, convert framework. And I want to tell you about this brainstorming thing that happened. So I'm going to dig in a little bit on that. And then I also want to invite you. I decided to continue from the Course Profits workshop. We're going to actually do a challenge in a couple weeks, a 3-day challenge called the Course Profits Challenge, and I can't wait to work with you specifically on where you're going to focus next, what you're going to be doing for the summer, and then kind of a long-term process for thinking about where to focus and what to ignore. So I'll put the link in the show notes so that you can sign up at coursecreatorshq.com/podcast challenge. And it will be for the Course Profits Challenge. So love for you to come join us for that June 11th, 12th, and 13th. And that'll take you to the link to get on the list. So what exactly was going on this week that brought this all up? So I don't know if anyone else does this or if you do this, but sometimes when I fall asleep on the couch and then I wake up a few hours later and I'm like, oh, time to go to bed. And then by the time I actually get to bed, my brain has already kicked in and is spinning around with ideas and to-dos and things that have to happen, and then I can't go back to sleep. And so I've learned through the years to quit fighting it, and I just get up and do this brainstorming session. So there's some specific things that happen, and I thought I would share them with you so that if you have a similar situation, or you just get every now and then, we get inspired with a whole bunch of ideas, and this is a great way to make sure that you capture them and you have them handy and ready, and you can use them when you wake up in the morning or any time of the day. Okay, so how does this work? So the first thing I want you to do, if you can, is to grab a new notebook, a separate notebook. I actually keep some separate ones handy so that I can have this, because you don't want this to get lost in your normal note-taking, because there's going to be some really good inspiration in here. So we want to have a separate place that we're tracking it. I use handwritten just because it flows better for me. Some folks do type it up, whatever works for you, but something about handwriting actually pulls more of the ideas out for me. And then what the goal is to brain dump all of these thoughts that are spinning around in your head and put them in a place where you can capture them. So there's usually 2 different types of thoughts that are going on. Current to-dos that you need to put in whatever your regular to-do planner, however you track your to-dos, and then kind of these bigger inspirational ideas, and that's what's going in this new notebook. And a few times I've I'll just try to wait until the morning and then I'll do this, and I found that I lost a lot of the specifics and the details, and I'm like, what was that idea I had? So I just get up and do it. I also make myself at the beginning what's called Sleepytime Tea. If you've ever heard of it, it's a specific blend of herbal tea to help you go back to sleep. So I make myself a cup of Sleepytime tea, and then I sit down with the notebook and start brainstorming and basically brain dumping all of these ideas. And one of the things I like to do is put each main topic on its own page so that I can come back later and I've got some room to make some more notes and fill in blanks. I write down questions that come up that I don't have the answer for. And actually, this last brainstorming session was like 13 pages of stuff. So, and during this, I'm not trying to edit any of these ideas or even evaluate them. It's just, oh, that's an idea. Let me put that on here. Or I'm not trying to figure out when or how they're going to happen. It's just getting the concepts out of my head onto some place that they are captured. So I'm not trying to figure out the when. I'm not trying to figure out the how. It's just, oh, what's this new idea? So, one of the things I've been trying to focus on is on YouTube, for example. So I had some notes about the YouTube thing and what I could do next. Also had some things about what I want to share with you. And that includes this 3-day challenge that we've got coming up. So you can see it was a huge brain dump, plus the offer that's going to be on the back end of that. So it's kind of the culmination of the Course Profits Workshop, the challenge, and then getting to work with you more to help you sell your courses. And I have been having so much fun and so much good luck with the students that are in this program. I'm like, I've got to get this out to more people because I need to help more of you find your perfect students. So back to the brainstorming. So I made multiple pages of notes of what this offer is going to be like, what it's going to look like. We're taking the program to 2.0, basically the offer that you're going to get. So those details will be coming, but you can see how I was brainstorming this out and taking notes on all of this. And then I also like to put an index page at the front so that it makes it just a little bit faster. So if you number the pages of the notebook and then you have an index page at the front, then you can get back to the things as you're thinking about them. And there's something powerful about writing these things down to help make them happen. And I know I've heard a lot of people talk about this, about having, written goals. For me, these aren't even specific goals. These are just ideas and concepts and things I could consider doing. And I will come back to them and flesh out the specifics of how they're going to get implemented, when, what do I need to learn? Where do I need to, all those things are going to come later. But the goal just for this session is to get them out of my head and get them recorded somewhere. And then later I'll come back and schedule them in and figure out. Some of the things won't get used at all. Some of them are happening today, and some of them will, happen over the next 6 months or, whenever they fit. So what kinds of things are you brain dumping when you do this? So it could be things like an outline for a course, a new course or new program that you want to do. Could be ideas or specifics about how you could do some promotion. It could be brand new things. It could be new marketing ideas. It could be updates to what you're already doing. Could be new channels that you want to pursue, new places you want to connect with people, just anything that starts bouncing around in your head. And I've really noticed how these brainstorming sessions, it's not something where I can sit down and say, oh, okay, I'm going to have a brainstorming session now. It doesn't work that way for me in particular, maybe for you, but I have to catch them when the brainstorming moments happen. So I'm really excited on all the things that came up, and I'm going to keep this episode short for you so that the next time you get inspired but want to have a way to not lose all these ideas, I hope this is a little bit helpful for you. And definitely give yourself permission to just write everything down, and then you'll evaluate, edit, schedule, follow up later. You just want to brain dump all of these things out of your head and into some place where you have them captured. So enjoy. I hope you do have a brainstorming session of your own in the next week or two. Plus, I hope you'll join us for the Course Profits Challenge. It's the next step in the whole Course Profits Workshop and helping you find some more students. So use that link in the show notes. Come join us for 3 days of fun scheduling, planning, figuring all of this out as a group. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will catch you on the next episode of the podcast. Talk to you soon.